Here, let's take a look at 1961 Wenzhou cholera. First, notice the time's background. China was in the Great Leap Forward in 1961, and it has led to increased government control over the transient population, which in turn has homogenized and averaged society. And these invariably consolidate administrative boundaries. The epidemic was mainly introduced to Wenzhou from the southeast coast by soldiers or overseas Chinese visiting relatives or fishermen. Spread among local residents, usually from polluted water sources, or gathered during holiday family dinners among each other, resulting in a certain scale. But this time the government had taken powerful measures, such as fast responses, implementing isolation and vaccinations. It is first use of isolation hospitals, making their function as admissions for cholera patients. Place patients in a special isolation area once their symptoms have subsided. In the meantime, cholera vaccination is mandatory for all except the elderly and children. Disinfection is also carried out on the social side. The picture shows people disinfecting fishing boats. This prevention and control laid the groundwork for the formation of China's epidemic prevention and emergency disciplinary state. Acts as a benchmark for the prevention of infectious diseases at a later stage. After explaining the cholera in Shanxi and Wenzhou respectively, let's analyze the progress of Chinese government's epidemic prevention by comparing these two outbreaks. Firstly, the context of the time. 1932 was a time of war and social unrest, which meant that the central government's management of the region was very limited. For example, even though measures were taken to block roads, the orders were not thoroughly implemented. The epidemic was reopened before it was under control, accelerating the spread of the epidemic. Civil society groups and organizations were loose and unorganized and played a very limited role. And in 1961, when New China was established, the central government formed a unified administration over the local area. In addition to that, in the context of the Great Leap Forward movement, the government strengthened the management of population movement, which weakened the spread of the epidemic. And in 1962, China's medical care was gradually systematized. China conducted accurate population counts of coastal cholera areas, collected social and disease data as well as achieved universal vaccination. The new medical system was effective in interrupting the spread of the epidemic. In addition, an emergency control system was established during the outbreak. This strong model of intervention became not only a feature of the era but also a benchmark for epidemic prevention in China, influencing China's initiatives in the face of public epidemics in subsequent decades.
Created using Powtoon.